forgot that I only have regular nail polish remover.
Oh, yep.
So I'm gonna have to peel these suckers off in the shower.
Well, you don't. What you can do is you can get a nail file and file the shine off of it, and then get acetone and just have it. You don't have acetone.
See, that's what I'm saying. I only have nail polish remover. But if you have acetone, you don't have to file the shine off. It'll take it off.
Really? Well, yeah, but I think.
I mean, I think it makes it easier.
Yeah, a lot, very much so.
Because I've used acetone, and you just, like, set it on there for a second and then rub it off, and it's usually fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Usually I just peel off the gel, which I know you're not supposed to do, but I do it anyway. I don't know. The issue is they were doing fine. But then I worked trucks this week and last week, and I had two of them break down low.
That sucks.
And the first one that broke, I let it, like, chill for a while. Because it was, like, okay. But then it started bothering me, so then I cut it. And then another one broke, like, in a similar spot.
That sucks. The struggle be real.
And so I just cut.
We have labor.
So I just cut all of them short.
I know.
Yeah. I just cut them all short right now.
I know. And it's funny because a lot of people get that gel because they say that it lasts longer. But, you know, truck beg to differ. That truck.
I mean, it's lasting. It's just that for some reason those nails just broke from the manual labor. So
yeah. So, remember how we were talking about wanting to try out Chuck E. Cheese to see if, like, the cheese slices were really, like, not the same, like, size or whatever? Like, if
yeah, which is what I told you, that they aren't the same size, but they are cut intentionally that way.
Yeah. Which, you know, there was a whole conspiracy theory pretty much where, like, oh, they're recycling pizza and stuff like that. Which, you know, okay. I could see how someone could go there, right?
Have you watched that video? You watched that video?
Yeah, the one with Shane Dawson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
So, I had heard of it. I think I heard it from you and I heard it from a couple other people. And so I watched that video. And it was so flimsy. That video was so flimsy, like, to begin with.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that people were, like, believing it. Because, like, just a whole bunch of stuff was not adding up. One, from my knowledge, Chuck E. Cheese is not letting grown men by themselves.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because it's weird, you know, you're a grown man going to Chuck E. Cheese for no... Unless there's, like, some reason. Like, the Chuck E. Cheese that's by my house, the only man that... Because I've been there a few times because, you know, my niece... The only, like, man that I've ever seen going there by themselves is one dude who they let go in there and charge people to, like, draw them.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But other than that, like, that Shane Dawson video, it was 3 grown men.
Yeah.
Went, sat at Chuck E. Cheese, and ordered food.
Okay, well, listen. Some people like that Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Like, don't fault people for wanting to go over there. Okay, it's a little weird because it's, like, for kids. But, hey, some people really like the taste. Like, you know what? I'm going to go there for lunch and eat some pizza. Because I know that's, like, a big thing.
That's not how Chuck E. Cheese works. That's not how Chuck E. Cheese works.
Some people like that pizza. So.
But even if you like the pizza, you can order the pizza and take it with you.
That's true.
I think it's weird for any, like, adult to just be like, I'm going to eat a Chuck E. Cheese today because it's loud. You can't get no peace, even if you don't know the kids. Strange kids will come up to you.
Yeah.
That's not a place that be like, I'm going to, you know, sit down and enjoy this pizza. You're not going to enjoy the pizza.
Hey, like I said, I like to think that everyone out there is, you know, weird like that. Maybe some people are just like, you know what? I want some pizza. I'm going to eat it. Because these kids are here, I'm probably going to eat a little faster. But I still want some of the pizza. Okay, so anyway, we're besides the point.
Wild excuses for this, but continue.
Well, no, it's just because, like, okay, so we were watching, Carlos and I were watching this other YouTube channel called Food Theory, right? He was saying now that we're under quarantine, there's obviously no one there, so for them to take the extra food and put it in the back to make those Frankenstein pizzas, right? So they went to, like, 10 different places, and 3 out of the 10 spots looked fucking weird. And it's not because they're getting, like, leftover pizzas, it's just because that's just the way they cut it. So, did you know that Chuck E. Cheese has a freaking different name for Chuck E. Cheese pizza?
No.
It's called Pasquelli's Pizza. And Pasquelli Pascali is actually one of the animatronics from
It's
the chef.
right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So they're on there as Pascali's Pizza, and if I would have never seen that channel, I would have never known, because I have been seeing Pascali's Pizza on here, but it didn't dawn on me. So
that makes sense. Well, you know what though? They might also be trying to rebrand because, you know, they're supposed to be going bankrupt. So maybe they're trying to turn themselves into just like a regular pizza place.
yeah. So, you know, what they're saying and stuff like that is like, I guess when people found out that this was Chuck E. Cheese, they're all like, you guys bamboozled us. We don't want no Chuck E. Cheese pizza. So they're all like, listen, it's different. It has more sauce, and supposedly the crust is a little thicker, but whatever. So Carlos and I ordered from Pascal's Pizza today just to see, like, I wanted to see if, like, the slices would be, like, even or whatever. But look at my pizza.
See, but that's more even than they cut them like there.
Yeah. And when I was watching that, like, that freaking channel and stuff like that, I guess they were, like, they got a hold of, like, 2 different employees there. And, you know, all of them say, no, we've never taken food to the back. We're always told to put the extra food in the thank you boxes. And you know what those thank you boxes are? The trash can.
Pizza box.
Because you know how it has it on the thing, like, thank you, when he threw it away? Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, like, that whole conspiracy was a huge lie. And then it's like, after that, I watched a few of Shane Dawson's videos just to kind of get a feel. Because it's like everyone always, used to, you know, since he's not it right now.
Yeah.
They used to, a lot of times when people talk about conspiracy theory videos and stuff, his name will come up a lot.
Yeah.
And so I watched a few of his videos. And what he does is he'll probably have, like, let's say, like, 4 stories in his YouTube video. And he does not present them in a linear fashion. And then on top of that, only one of them will be something of substantial, like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but then I feel like some of them are, like, you probably weren't interested in it, but after you talked to them, like, you know what, no, that's a little suspect.
No, well, the thing is, what I'm saying is, that's what he wants you to do.
Exactly.
What he does is he presents a couple things that are iffy. And like in the Pizza Hut thing, which they should have sued him because that was a flat out lie. And when I watched that video, I was like, obviously the people who work here are fans of his, and they agreed to participate in this nonsense. Because the pizzas that he got, I had never seen, and it's like, I grew up going to Chuck E. Cheese, like, you know, family member birthday parties and stuff as a kid.
Yeah.
And then now that I'm an adult, my niece, she likes to go to Chuck E. Cheese. And then it's like, we have this huge one that's down the street from me. It's walking distance from my job. And it's a big Chuck E. Cheese. So I've taken her several times. Like, I've gone with Anthony and his nephews a few times. Like, my old roommate's daughter, she the same age as Potato. Taking her, like, I've never seen a Chuck E. Cheese pizza that was cut or looked like that before.
Yeah.
Never. And when I watched that video and I saw the pizzas, I was like, this is set up. This is obviously set up. And it's like, it would have been a great story if it was true.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, definitely.
But, because it'd be like, wow, like, what is happening? Like, but no. That, when I watched it, and then it's going back to the way he sets up his videos, he'll have, 4 different stories. And instead of being like, boom, here's one story, boom, here's another story, boom, here's another story, boom, here's another story. They give you little pieces.
Yeah.
So say if it was like, you'll have, a piece of the Chuck E. Cheese story, the beginning of it, and then it'll cut to your phone
picking up voices,
recording audio all day. Then it'll cut to another piece where it's like, I'm bedazzling my house. And then it cuts to another piece where...
whatever it is.
I don't know, something. And then it'll go back to the Chuck E. Cheese one. Like, it never shows you it all straight through.
Yeah.
And then it's like the one that's the most interesting. That's the one you have to wait the longest. So even if they started with it, they'll cut and then you get all the splices of the other 3 stories plus little pieces of that one. And then you don't even finish that one until the end.
Yeah.
So even if you didn't want to be there for all of the other ones.
You have to be there.
You're stuck unless you're going to jump around.
Yeah.
Just to hit that story. And I'm like, it's a great tactic because he wants you to watch his whole video.
Definitely.
And then he also doesn't want to be responsible for like fully editing 4 different videos. So instead he like, you know, puts them all together because, you know, most of those videos would just be these weird little short videos.
Yeah.
But when he puts them together, he has a full, you know, YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not a teenager. I don't see the hype. Cause isn't he like around our age or something? So it's like I don't see the hype of watching his videos consistently anyway. And then it's like some of his videos are just like, okay, you're just vlogging. Like these are fancy vlogs.
Yeah.
Which is cool because, you know, I watch vlogs. Like I'm not gonna say anything negative about his vlogs. It's just like they're just not vlogs that I care about. Yeah. But I watch other people vlog and it is what it is. Like it's great background noise when you're doing stuff. You just put somebody's vlog up and clean or take a nap or something.
Yeah, no, I remember anyway, one of the reasons the guy was saying that maybe the pizza slices look so janky, it's not because of anything that has to do with like splicing these pieces together. It's pretty much they have like a really big safety
cutter.
Huh?
The cutter?
Yeah, they said that the pizza cutter is like dull for safety reasons. They don't want someone to, you know, be able to like cut themselves or whatever. So that pizza cutter is really, really dull. So you got to get in there like a few times, like rock that shit like 4 or 5 times before you get a clean cut. So, you know, while you're over there rocking, trying to stay on that same spot, like I am one person who does not cut in a straight line. My pizza, especially with the dull ass pizza cutter, would definitely be looking real janky. Like I'm sure I cut like little thin slices that are not even edible anymore because I was trying to get this crisp ass line with this dull ass fucking pizza cutter. So when the guy was saying something like that, I'm like, okay, I am taking myself for an example. If I had a dull ass pizza cutter and I'm trying to cut these, it's not happening. They are looking real bad, I'm sure. So, you know, there's no conspiracy theory going on other than Chuck E. Cheese is too safe. But it's like, damn.
Well, and then I had always assumed, because every time I have gone there, the slices are not cut even at all. But I'd always assumed that they did it because, you know, as an adult, I was never going to complain because I obviously will get the bigger slice. And then they have these weird little slices, and you give them to the little kids.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, Anthony's niece, I don't know how old she is now, but she's, you know, much younger than my niece. And it's like one time we took all of them. And so you give her, the baby, the weird little slice. And then you give the kids, like, the medium slice, and then we eat the big slices. Yeah. So, that's not something that I would complain about, you know. No, like, I'm going to eat the big slice regardless. But yeah, I don't know. If I had shares in Chuck E. Cheese, I would have sued him. Yeah. Flat out. Yeah. And then I would have shut down. I would have been like, that specific Chuck E. Cheese needs to be shut down. Yeah. Because it was completely unprofessional for them to participate in his video in that manner.
Yeah. But you know what else? Like the guy who did this other experiment from Food Theory, he actually raised a really good point. Like after the Shane Dawson video came up, instead of telling them the reason why the pizzas look so janky, they literally said, well, we prepare our dough fresh in the back. And everyone's like, okay.
They didn't
answer the question. Like nobody's asking if your dough is fresh. Like no one's doubting that. What we're doubting is, why do they look so janky? And they could have easily just been like, we have a really big thing for safety, and our pizza cutter is not the sharpest ones just to prevent injuries because we don't want any of our employees to get hurt. So sometimes, since it's not that sharp, the pizzas are gonna look a little mangled because we're literally trying to cut something without a sharp knife.
I don't know if mangled is the word.
But you know what I'm saying. See, obviously I'm not the writer for this.
They just look like whoever cut them didn't care about your pizza.
Exactly.
That's what they look like.
Yeah, so it's like,
it doesn't look like they took slices from other abandoned pizzas. It just looks like whoever cut your pizza didn't care about your pizza. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like I've gotten pizza from like Pizza Hut or Domino's or Little Caesars that look like whoever cut didn't care about my pizza.
That's true.
And it's like, did I say, did you splice this together? No.
But it's because it makes sense, you know what I mean? Those, you can obviously tell that it's the same pizza. It's just the cutting technique is not on point, you know? But with these, like, come on, the one I had, like, one of the slices was, like, literally, like, up top, and the other one was in there, and it's just like, okay.
This picture that you sent me, it looks like whoever brought the pizza didn't care about your pizza.
Well, no, because we tried to put it in the middle, and, you know, it was still, like, one of them was shorter than the other. But taking that it's a dull knife, I can see how a little piece got cut off, and it's not exactly gonna get, you know.
I don't know. I'm gonna put that I'm gonna put that picture of your pizza and try to get a still of the picture from Shane Dawson's video and tell people for them to decide when this video goes live. But I'll be like, you guys decide. We gotta find a fun title for this episode, but I gotta find some sort of reference to this conversation.
But no, like, what Shane Dawson videos, they're not even Shane Dawson videos per se, but it's just like he's the biggest one, I guess. There was a time when he used to hang out with this guy named Garrett and Drew, and they would go like ghost hunting and stuff like that. Like, they would go like haunted hotels and stuff like that. Those were so much fun. I really miss seeing those, like him hanging out with these friends doing like ghosty stuff, like. But I don't know, I feel like ever since they kind of dipped out and stuff like that, it, like, I don't know, I don't really watch it anymore.
I don't know, I've never seen any of those, but if that means that his content is lacking if he can't continue to do those same things if they interest him by himself, which is crazy, because I saw the video where he had that one chick that used to be like really big on YouTube. I don't know what her name is. And he was, I guess, going to try to do like a whole little segment on like helping people who are still on YouTube but whose viewership has declined because of their content or whatever. And so he like helped her and was going through all these things that she likes and her hobbies and stuff, and telling her like what he thinks would be great content. And I think he was going to try to make that like a series on his channel, but it's like, if you can't do that, then how are you supposed to help other people do that?
Hey, you know, sometimes some people who give the best advice don't take their own advice. So
yeah, that's funny.
Like you know, it's easier to see things like from looking out, but when you got to turn inwards, that's a different monster. Yeah. But I miss those. I feel like those are fun, but you know,
just like ghost hunting videos in general are usually pretty fun.
I love me some ghost hunting videos, yeah, for sure.
I'm like, I wish we could go like regularly ghost hunting, but
that would be fun.
That'd be great, and then we just drop the audio of us being uncomfortable.
That reminds me, there's this really fun game. Carlos and I played it for the first time with Israel and Harold, right? And it's called Phasmophobia, and pretty much you play a ghost hunting group. So there's 4 people, and you go to a house, and pretty much you have to either get a picture of the ghost, get EVP, get some audio recordings, fingerprints, like random stuff, and once you get it, you leave, and the clients pay you for figuring out what kind of ghost or demon or whatever was in their house. It's a lot of fun. I'm just real trash at controlling my character on the computer, so I kept getting stuck. Like imagine, my brothers were freaking me out because they're like, oh my gosh, the ghost is behind you, and I'm stuck looking at a wall. I'm like, I can't move. How do I turn? And at the same time, I don't want to turn because I don't want to see it either.
Why were you struggling with the controls?
Well, first of all, my regular hand-eye coordination is already not great as a human. So trying to make that go digitally was a big... But my computer was also slow. Like, my laptop, the one I have, is not a gaming computer. So it was also struggling to, like, catch up. So I feel like that also handicapped me. But I don't want to blame that too much, just because I know I'm a trash player. So maybe it's just,
so you guys were all playing together online?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, you were on a computer, Carlos was on a different computer?
Yeah. Yep. That was a fun time.
Did you have any,
Not gonna lie, the pizza was pretty good, though.
What? You're like, Chuck E. Cheese pizza is solid. It's solid pizza. Better than Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Like, if someone says I'm buying pizza and then they bring Little Caesars, I instantly am like, wow, you are no longer in charge of the pizza. Because Little Caesars ain't it. Like, I get it from, like, if you don't have money and you want some pizza, like, it's pizza. But, I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't grow up eating it. I'd be like, Little Caesars. Like, I'd be disappointed.
It's alright. Like, it's... Like, you know, obviously, for $5, you're not going to get the best of a quality.
But the thing is, if you put $2 more down, you can get a quality medium-sized pizza from Pizza Hut.
But people probably want that large. So they're like, we're going to take the 5.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends on how many people
and
eating.
It's not too bad. It's pizza, you know what I mean? It's you go, when you eat it, you're like, yep, this is pizza.
That's it. That's all. That is it.
But, you know, all you need to do is add some ranch to that bitch, and it's all good.
I don't like
that.
ranch. I don't
So
no
good.
ranch, no
Rack,
ketchup.
racks.
That's out.
Ranch
No, it
fixes
doesn't.
everything, you know.
It doesn't. That's nasty.
Welcome to Ida 9 Podcast, guys. This is Hyra.
And Kim.
Back from our long-awaited abrupt
break?
vacation. Vacation break, whatever. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. We just had some personal difficulties to go through. You guys know how that be. So, we're back.
That's a good way to explain it.
Yeah. And now we're back and ready for you guys. So, here's Kim.
Moving toward the Earth's enormous velocity.
Hyra.
And Kim.
Knowledge far in advance of our own.
That's a smart thing.
Contact has established. We now transmit you direct. Ida 9. Ladies and gentlemen, this is terrific.
All right, so I sent you a link.
Okay.
If you want to follow along. So this week, and I told her ahead of time, because usually we don't tell each other ahead of time what the episodes are going to be about. But I knew this is something that we both know about. We both have read or heard it. I wanted to talk about Dear David. In the spirit,
we're doing that one today.
Yeah, in the spirit of it almost being Halloween. I mean, when this episode comes out, it'll be well past Halloween, but for us, during this Halloween time, we're going to go over a ghost story, an internet ghost story.
If you guys haven't heard about Dear David, get ready, because this one is a little creepy.
It's interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And luckily for us, the guy, Adam Ellis, which, fun fact, like, well, side note, I didn't realize, because I had heard of this story, like, back when it was happening, like, forever ago.
Yeah.
But I didn't, like, remember what the guy's name was. And then I realized that I follow this guy on Instagram because, you know, I be following, like, random artists because I just like when people draw little comics and stuff. And so I didn't even realize that this is the same guy. Like,
Really?
yes.
I had no idea who he was until this thing came out. And that's when I realized that he was, like, an artist slash writer or whatever.
See, and, like, somebody, well, because I was watching some videos, like, refreshing my memory on it. And somebody also pointed out the fact that during this time, I don't think he still works there now, but during this time, he worked for BuzzFeed when this was all happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know him I don't know when I started following him. I just know that I do now, like, and it wasn't because of this. Like, I found him just randomly following artists on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so I'm like, it's strange. And then on top of that, it's strange that he drew the picture of Dear David and it doesn't like fit his like artistic style that he has now. So I don't know.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. So what we're gonna do
I'm so glad no one can see me eat cake right now.
we're gonna read through it.
Let's do it. Clicking.
All right. So luckily for us, he has it like archived. I know there's some stuff missing. From watching Loey, because that's actually how I like found out about this. On YouTube, watching Loey Lane videos talking about it, and I didn't realize she had so many because I I guess the basic ones where she's just going through the story. Like, well, at the end, because I think what she did was, as it was coming out, she was making videos. And then I think when there stopped being updates, she
made like a recap one.
Yeah, she did like 2 videos with the recap. And so that's what I saw, was a 2-video recap of the situation. So we're going to read it and we're going to talk about it. I'll see if you know what, probably on Instagram, not on Instagram, on like Facebook or something, or on Twitter. I can post the link for those of you who want to read along. Well, read it for yourself, because
we put them on all 3 social medias just in case.
Yeah, but I don't know how we'd be able to put a good link on Instagram. That's why. True. Because like Facebook and Twitter, you can just drop it there and people can click from there. Instagram, is more picture based, so I don't know how to be able to do it. But luckily for us, because it was all tweets. This was all on Twitter. It's all tweets. He archived all of it, so we're going to read. So, August 7th, 2017, at 8:35 a.m., Adam Ellis, whose Twitter handle is @MobyDickhead, posts, "So my apartment is currently being haunted by the ghost of a dead child, and he's trying to kill me. Thread."
Well, technically, it's @Moby_Dickhead.
Yeah, there you go. If you
Can't
really
forget
want to look it up. if you look up Dear David, you're gonna find.
Oh, you're gonna find him regardless.
Yeah. So that's
right.
the first tweet. So he says, "He started appearing in my dreams, but I think he's crossed over into the real world now. The first time I saw him, I was experiencing sleep paralysis and saw a child sitting in the green rocking chair at the foot of my bed. He had a huge misshapen head that was dented on one side. I did my best to draw it." And he includes a drawing, which I'm going to put the drawing up on the Instagram when we post this video. "For a while, he just stared at me, but then he got out of the chair and started shambling towards the bed. I couldn't move because I was paralyzed. I have sleep paralysis fairly often. It sucks. Right before he reaches my bed, I woke up screaming. I had another dream a few nights later where I was in a library and a girl came up to me and said, 'You've seen Dear David, haven't you?' I was like, 'Who?' And she said, 'Dear David, you saw him.' She continued, 'He's dead. He only appears at midnight, and you can ask him 2 questions if you said Dear David first.'" Now, we're going to pause right here. This always stood out to me as strange.
Yeah.
Because, okay, yeah, I'm a Pisces, and we totally believe in that, you get messages and dreams and whatnot.
Definitely.
But it's weird that, he got, like, an explainer message.
Yeah.
This whole other character, and he never drew what that girl looked like, to my knowledge. And it never, she never comes up again. But it's like, who is she? How does she know Dear David? And how does she know him? How does she, what was the purpose of the library? There are a lot of elements here.
Well,
I don't know, because we'll talk about it towards the end, but I don't know. That always stood out to me. Who was this girl? Why was there an explainer? Because even in the next tweet, so she continued, "He's dead. He only appears at midnight, and you can ask him 2 questions if you said Dear David first." Then she added, "But never try to ask him a 3rd question or he'll kill you." Why are there rules?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I always thought that was weird. I don't know. I'm all like, what if this girl and Dear David aren't even separate entities? What if it's the same thing and I just want to see what he would do?
And Dear David explaining his own rules to him.
Yeah. Maybe it's not even Dear David. Maybe it's just some sort of other entity out there that's just, he's like, "This is what I like to do and this is how I have fun. I'm going to pretend to be this little girl. I'm going to be this creepy ass little child with a dent in his head. And I'm going to go fuck with this dude in his house."
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's just so weird. Because, a lot of people, once they have dreams, they have a hard time remembering those dreams. Especially like me. If I go to sleep and I'll remember things from my dream fairly, quickly as soon as I wake up. But if I don't write it down,
Well, I've known some people who can remember what happens in their dreams and can replay them. I just know that, not everybody does that, though. So
Yeah. Because I can't remember all my dreams. There's some dreams that I'll remember better than others.
I don't know, because it's funny.
But Yeah.
I love meeting other Pisces and hearing how, like, the psychic energy that we are supposed to possess, like, manifest with them. And last summer at camp, there's this other guy that I know. He's been going to camp for a few years, so it's like we know each other from camp. But I've never really got a chance to talk to him. And but I knew he was also a Pisces because they always do like this birthday dinner at camp, and it's always a fight because there's a whole bunch of us there for some reason.
Oh wow!
There's always a fight on who's gonna sit at the table because there's going to be 2 adults at the table.
Wow.
With the March birthdays, there's a whole bunch of people whose birthdays are in March, not just Pisces, just March birthdays for some reason. And so I remember one time they were picking, and I remember for some reason, like, me and him were both like volunteering to be at the March table, and somehow we made eye contact, so I knew his birthday was in March because of that, and we both like went to the table. But yeah, so we had downtime because we were both directors. It was last year was both of our first times being directors, and we were talking about that. And so, you know, me, I always get like good hunches about things, or I'll be like, oh, I feel like this is gonna happen, and then a lot of times it does. With him, he was telling me that it manifests through like dreams, but it's like, but not like direct. So it'll be like, I think he said something about, like, he had one about, I think it was his sister, and how like their whole thing is like her kitchen and everything's always very, very clean. And it's white, everything's white in there. And then I think he saw, I want to say it was something red or something, and then later he found us because she was pregnant. And so it's like he got this symbolic, like there was an object that stood out type dream, and that's what like he later interpreted and figured out that's what it was. But you know, that psychic energy manifests in different ways.
Definitely. But I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird, like you said, that there is this person who's explaining the rules. Like, that's fucking weird. Like, honestly, when I first read this story, I took it pretty much just as a story. Like, I didn't really think of, like, what are those things called? Like, Reddit has the thing called No Sleep, where you put, like, scary stories on there, and you have to take them as if they're real, even though you know they're not real. Like, there's some truth mixed with some fiction and stuff like that, but all of them, you take them as they're really happening. So that's what I thought this was. I thought this was one of those, like, these true stories, you know what I mean? So that's what I was taking it as. But then after a while, I think I just started getting confused because he starts posting eventually, like, videos. And it's just like, this is weird.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the legitimacy of this story. Like, sometimes I want to say, like, I believe it, but then it's just like, it's just so weird. Like, this whole intro part is just weird.
Yeah, you know, the same. And then when we get to it, I'll tell you exactly where I started to doubt it. Because when I first heard about the story and was reading about it and watching videos, me and everyone else who was, you know, talking about it were taking this as a true haunting that's happening to somebody. But when we get to it, I will tell you exactly where I was like, wait a minute. And I think that's also the same part where everybody else was like, and we're getting off the bus.
We're getting off the bus.
when we get to that part. But I'll tell you exactly where it's at.
Okay, yeah, because for me,
because there's a shift. There's a. I feel like the first chunk of it. I mean, with the exception of this weird, like, the rules thing, the rest of it is like fairly regular things that happen to people who have hauntings.
Yeah, definitely.
It's fairly normal. You know, it's regular stuff that's happening. But then there's definitely a shift where it's like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, because for me, I was on the bus, but I was like by the door of the bus, you know what I mean? So I'm all like, all right, I'm gonna get on it just to see where it takes me. And there's a point where I end up getting like sitting down in the bus. I'm like, okay, where are we going? But there are parts are like, nah, let me just hop on out. Like, my stop is here. Like, yeah. So it's like, yeah. But for me right now, I'm at the, like, you know, I'm standing by the door like, all right, let's see.
Well, really, at this point, this is the door getting onto the bus.
No, for me, this is, like I said, I love those, like, true stories, you know what I mean? Like, I love that kind of stuff. So, of course, I'm going to play along, you know? But a lot of people were actually believing this, and I'm like, let me see where I end up. But there is, like, right now, I'm, like, at the edge, because I'm like, this is kind of weird. Like, this sounds like a story, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think one video I watched, I can't remember whose video, because I watched a whole bunch of, like, random ones.
Yeah.
They pointed out that the fact that there's rules, it almost sounds like alternate reality game type deal.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so All right, let's continue.
All right.
I was very shaken. Having two dreams about the same thing is pretty weird. Anyway, a couple weeks passed without incident. Then David came back in another dream. Same situation. I was in bed, and he was sitting on the rocking chair near the window staring at me. In the dream, I say, "Dear David, how did you die?" He mumbles, "An accident in the store." I say, "Dear David, what happened in the store?" He groans, "A shelf was pushed on my head." Which they never, like, get back to that. Like, murder?
You were
Is that what you're
murdered?
telling me?
Yeah.
They never get back to that.
Uh-huh.
Like, maybe Adam looks like the guy who did it. I don't know. I don't know.
He's back
Okay.
for revenge.
Man. It says, I'm frozen with fear. I ask, who pushed the shelf? David doesn't answer. I realize that I've asked a third question, which I am not supposed to do. At that point, I wake up absolutely terrified. The next couple of days, I Google deaths in the city, but can't find anything about a kid named David dying in a store. I even tried different names, Daniel, Dylan, Devin, nothing. A few weeks go by without incident. Sort of randomly, the apartment above mine is vacated, and I have an opportunity to move into it. It's a larger apartment, so I'm thrilled. Another month or two goes by, and I sort of forget about Dear David. I think he lost track of me because I moved upstairs. But lately, something strange is happening. For the last 4 nights, my cats gather at the front door at exactly midnight and just stare at it, almost like something is on the other side. And he includes a picture of his 2 cats at the door.
Yep. Okay, honestly, I don't know how people do some of these haunting stories on Twitter. Like, I would be so irritated if I only had a limit of characters and I had to keep posting a new one every time I had to finish a thought. Yeah, like, oh my god.
Well, I guess it works in his benefit that stuff isn't happening every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so the hardest part was him starting.
Yeah.
And doing those multiple tweets like, this is what's been going on with me. But I think after that point, and at this point now, when he's like posting little by little, like in real time, I think that's when it gets easier.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, yeah.
It says, last night, I got a weird feeling and looked out the peephole, and I'm dead certain I saw movement on the other side. When I opened the door and turned the hall light, nothing was there. But my cat seemed unnerved, bushy tails, etc. And that's where I am right now. Dear David found me, I think. I don't know what to do. I'll keep you updated. So at this point, that was all the thread that he put all at once on the 7th of August in 2017. And then after this point, it's little post every day.
Yeah.
Update. For the 6th night in a row, my cat has walked over to the door promptly at midnight and stared at it.
I like the alarm, by the way. So
Yeah,
green.
he posts another picture. You see the cat staring at the door, one of his cats, because he had 2, staring at the door, and he puts his little clock. It's an analog clock. It's green.
It's like, what, 12:02 or 12:01?
Yeah, and to show the time that the cat's chilling at the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a video. What is going on? The cat is meowing.
Meow, meow. David, meow. Why are you here, meow?
It's meowing at the door. Where's the other cat, though? Because this is just one cat.
Yeah, the other cat was probably interested in the other ghost, the little girl.
Oh, yeah.
He's following her right now.
They split up. They tag teamed it. It was like, you get one, I get the other one, because there's 2 in here.
Like, you get the dent, I get the girl.
The
ya.
dent. Oh, no. I'm also eating candy corn while I'm doing this, so.
Yeah, I have Manzanita. Nope, not Manzanita Soul. I'm drinking Moondet soda, and I don't have a straw. So it's like, you just hear me struggle.
Okay, so I took a photo through the peephole because I'm too scared to open the door. I feel like I saw something. I couldn't tell, so I mustered the courage to open the door. Nothing was out there, but I took another photo like this. And then he includes the photos. Is it just me, or is something there in the first photo?
Nah, that first picture, like,
I can't see anything.
yeah, what I see is that, like, you see when he goes outside and they show, like, the little area for the shoes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has, like, some molding on the side. What I see is that, like, wood mold. Let me share my screen.
But yeah, let me reread it real quick. Is it just me, or is there something in the first photo? Right there, where the banister meets the shelves, hiding on the stairs.
But no, honestly, what he's seeing is that right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's seeing. Because when I look at that picture, it looks like someone's hunched over, but then you can see that it's this thing right here.
See, I wish I would have got the picture. One, who was, I think it was Loie. She said she didn't see anything either, but somebody drew a picture to, like, explain what we're supposed to see, because I don't see anything either. I'm like, I don't see nothing. What is that? Nothing. Like, I don't know.
I don't see it. If y'all got that picture where you guys drew in that little ghost on there, please send it to us. But I am like, let me see. Let me go Inspector Gadget over here.
He says, I wasn't sure if it was a smudge or something. So I took a second photo from the inside. There was something out there. See, I think he's just seeing smudges.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, because I'm seeing smudges too.
I don't see any forms or anything, you know?
Yeah. Like, you know, I'm someone who, like, we believe in this kind of stuff. If we see, like, if I see some valid, I'm like, all right, that's something. But I really feel like he's just seeing this thing right here.
Yeah, that, like, pole, wooden pole.
See this other one. Yeah, I know, Bernie. He's saying no.
There's parking upstairs?
I wish there was parking upstairs.
What kind of apartment building he living in? That's interesting that he has a shoe rack thing outside his door.
Yeah.
The trust in the neighborhood that he must live in is...
That's true.
Great.
But maybe he's the only one on that floor.
Yeah, but you know about people getting into buildings. Remember, that's why part of the reason why we moved out of our first apartment, because
that's true.
People were getting into the building and like
living in the
weird. Yeah, so
and
living out
racism.
here. Yeah, living out here. If you leave your shoes outside your door, they might not be there when you come back.
They not yours anymore.
Yeah, there are a lot of homeless people. Yeah, there are a lot of homeless people who live around my apartment. Those shoes will be gone. And they would definitely, become communal shoes, because from working where I work at, I see it all the time. These homeless people, they steal each other's stuff all the time. So it's basically everybody has to share.
I wish we could find that picture.
I don't know if you look up, but then you have to go. I don't know which one of her videos, because I know Loie shows it in one of her videos. I just don't know which one. I'm going to continue reading while you look.
Yeah.
I deadbolted the lock and got in bed because I don't know what else to do. I can still hear my cat meowing at the door. I am pretty scared. And then he took a picture of the cat in the dark. Oh, and you know how like animals' eyes reflect the light, and it looks creepy. And that's all you see, and it's kind of funny, but and with the caption, "I'm pretty scared," is hilarious, really.
Yeah.
Thursday, August 10th, 2017. It's been pretty quiet tonight. I'm gonna try out a sleep talk app to see if anything happens during the night. I'm headed to bed, but the cats are back at the door. They only do this in the middle of the night. That's routine now. And then he includes a selfie with him and the two cats at the door.
Yeah.
The next night, he includes a video, and the caption is, "And here we go, just minutes before midnight." And then the thing is, he has two cats, but it's the same cat at the door meowing. I don't know. It's like they're telling him, check this out, because they're not just looking at the door. Like, they turned around.
Yeah. Because, you know, I'm not going to lie. Like, Castiel here, he always does some weird stuff. Like, you know, he'll be off staring at the ceiling, you know, something weird like that. But, I don't know.
Then he puts, Maxwell is extra talkative tonight. He's obviously trying to tell me something. They're both there now. So then he includes a picture with both cats at the door. He put, I don't even know if this is the right kind of salt. And he includes a picture where he's bought, look like some Norton salt, and just pretty much made a border in front of the door so nothing can go, you know, past.
Yeah.
Of salt.
Where he fucked up is when you, like, put salt and stuff like that, you need to put it on all ways of entrance.
Yeah, he
like,
put it
on
on that door.
The doors, on the windows, on the windowsills, you know what I mean? Any form of entry.
You just put it in front of the one door.
Yeah, like, come on, really? You think a regular thief is gonna stop at one door? Nay. Neither do ghosts.
But Friday, August 11th, 2017. I used the sound app to record my apartment last night. It makes individual recordings each time it hears something. there were 33 recordings. Most of them are pretty vague. A couple of them are passing cars and the like, but there are 3 that I'm interested in. The first is a snapping sound that seems like a single step. It's odd because I didn't get out of bed at all. Let me see if I can listen to it. Oh, it's on SoundCloud. Play it again. It kind of sounds like something fell. Oh, there's like a whole bunch of comments because you know on SoundCloud people can make comments.
Oh yeah.
There's like a whole bunch of comments like it could be this, it could be this, it could be this. All right, this one is weird because out of the 33 recordings, this is the only one that has a strange electric sound throughout. A lot of people are saying it sounds like a bug.
Yeah.
In the SoundCloud comments. This directly follows the electric static, another snap, then I groan in my sleep. I'm like, they slap you in the face? Oh, yep. Hear his groan. Alright, next. These happen between 2 and 3 a.m. I have no explanation for them. I'll keep recording and share if I find anything curious. Saturday, August 12, 2017.
Getting the F out of my haunted apartment for the weekend.
Hey, peace out.
For real.
Then leave. Like, he was like, I'm out of here.
But I feel that, though. I feel that.
Oop, okay. So the next tweet is, I have no explanation for this. And then when you click on the link, the tweet is unavailable. So there's a missing piece there.
Missing piece.
Monday, August 14th, 2017. So a weird thing just happened. Take it with a grain of salt. I bought a Polaroid camera this weekend because they're fun and dorky. I decided to take a few photos around my apartment. He got an Instax Mini 9. I have an Instax. I don't know which one it is, but
I have an Instax too.
Polaroids are stupid and fun and inherently sort of creepy. I didn't expect to find anything, and for the most part, I didn't.
Ooh.
I took a couple of my living room and bedroom. That's the rocking chair I first saw David in, because he includes these photos. They're pretty unremarkable.
Like, I know that's a rocking chair, but at the same time, like, that's a shame of a rocking chair. I was expecting, like, you know, one
An
like,
old person one?
Yeah, like that good Grammy would have, you know what I mean? With the nice little cushions, you know, real comfy looking.
No, he got a stylish green rocking chair.
That's not even comfortable.
Ask David.
Nah, I wouldn't want to use my questions up.
on the quality of how comfortable the chair is.
Exactly.
Then I went to the hallway and snapped a photo. The Polaroid developed completely black.
Nice.
I even ripped open and destroyed a fresh pack to see. First of all, he didn't have to do that.
Nah,
He didn't have to. Like, I have one of those. He didn't have to rip it up like that. But you know, maybe he panicked. I even ripped open and destroyed a fresh pack to see if it was just an undeveloped Polaroid. But they start out white, which you could have seen from the first one. But you know,
whatever.
Like, could you see the pack in the background? He ripped it up. Like, that must have been panic.
You know, I be keeping my, like, you see those little
black things.
Yeah, I keep it and I keep my pictures in it.
Hey, because that's a smart little space to put them.
Yeah.
I also thought maybe I accidentally covered the lens with my finger, so I took a photo while intentionally covering it. The photo on the left is me covering the lens with my finger. The one on the right is my fully lit hallway taken just after midnight. There is a difference between the two photos.
Yeah. One of them kind of looks like he put a blanket over it where you could kind of see the light shine through. Mm-hmm. And the other one just looks like completely black.
Yeah. Well, the first one, that's supposed to be the one that he covered with his hand. The other one is the picture he took in the hallway.
Yeah. So
this could be nothing. I'm not sure what to make of it. Mm-hmm. I'll record myself sleeping again tonight, and I have sage being delivered tomorrow. As always, I'll keep you in the loop. First of all, when he said delivered, I was like, don't you live in New York? Like, there should be sage places everywhere.
Yep.
But I don't know. Maybe it's because we live in California and you can buy that stuff everywhere. I don't know. Okay, one last thing, because I wanted to double check. Here's a couple videos of me taking photos. I don't know what he includes that video for, but it's a video of him taking picture with the Polaroid.
Well, yeah, I guess he's just trying to show that he's not, like, doctoring these pictures in any way.
Maybe. And then the hallway. It's another video. I feel like that peephole is low. Maybe it's just my perception of his space. But that peephole looks belly button height.
Belly button height.
Because it's below where his locks for his door are.
Trying to find it.
The peephole?
Oh, it's going black. I see it already.
He put the picture down and didn't close the door immediately.
Mm-hmm.
That's sus.
Yep.
And it's already developing black.
Yep.
Looking his cat in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the one that he had developed, the one that developed in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
That one, well, I don't know if it's because he didn't fully let it get developed or whatever, but that one's looking the same as the one he did covering his finger.
Yes.
And then he shows it again, and this one's completely black. Like, he took a picture of it in a black room.
Yeah, there's some gaps there.
Yeah.
Said it came out totally black again for a second time.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't know why I'm still fucking around with this camera. There might be a logical explanation. Yeah. Someone told me to take photos from farther away, so I tried that once with my iPhone and once with the Polaroid. Left is with my phone, right is with the Polaroid. The hall light is on both times. Why is it pitch black each time with the Polaroid? That is strange.
That is very strange.
This whole thread has been really convoluted, and I'm sorry it's hard to follow. I just thought this was all weird and wanted to share. The next day. Mm-hmm. Folks have been urging me to get some sage, so I did. He includes a picture of him with some lit sage.
The thing is, it's like if you don't know what you're doing, sage is not going to help you. Especially if you're dealing with something that's stronger. The only thing you just did with that sage was piss him off. So it's like, whatever. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. He says, saging the hall and definitely saging the hell out of this rocking chair.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, sage didn't seem like it'll help much, but I'm open to anything. I barely slept last night.
Yeah.
I kept waking up feeling like something was wrong. But who knows? Maybe this will do something.
Yeah.
The morning after. Sage did not work.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, like, I just told you, like, if you don't know what you're dealing with, if you sage something, you're just going to upset it. So, like, my thing is, like, if you're going to sage with a purpose and sage with something ready. Like, some people just sage and think, oh, me just floofing this around is going to work. No. You need to pray. You need to pray.
Around.
Yeah. You need to put your full intention. Like, it's not a joke. Like, you don't just waft this around. Like, okay. You legit have to put as much energy as you have into those prayers while you're saging. Because if you're just floofing, like, all right, this is going to take care of it. Like, bitch. Because that's what it looked like. Like, I don't know, since he doesn't know how sage works or anything like that. I feel like there was no prayer involved. I feel like it was just him, like, all right, let me just dust this around, like.
Like he's, dusting. It's just.
Yeah, so it's just like, dude. And, sometimes sage is not the best thing for it. Sometimes you need to get something like Palo Santo. Sometimes you need to get, like, some, like, lavender. You can use that instead. You can get, cedar. That sometimes works better. So it's just like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I just feel like he needed to find someone who knew what they were doing to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that probably would have helped.
Yeah. So, I guess the morning after.
Yeah. Sage did not work.
Yeah.
I haven't dreamed about David in a few months, but he appeared again last night. In the dream, my bedroom was filled with hazy smoke, but I could see David sitting in the chair across the room. He was smaller this time, almost shrunken. He didn't do or say anything except look at me. Anyway, It feels like a bad omen.
Well, yeah, he's pissed.
He collected all of your sage smoke and put it in your room, like,
yeah, in your room. He's like, really?
Dude.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Friday, August 18th, 2017. It's been 2 weeks, and he still does this every night at midnight. And it's the same cat.
Yep.
At the door. Other weird stuff has been happening too. I've been recording myself sleeping, and it picks up this weird static electricity sound every night at 3 a.m. It lasts about 5 minutes.
Wow.
That's a long time for something to be like zapping out there.
Yeah.
This morning I woke up to the whole house shaking. It felt like a small earthquake. I debated even mentioning that on Twitter because it sounds made up, but I distinctly felt the house swaying.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a whole bunch of small things happening at once. I feel so uneasy, like right before a thunderstorm comes. Everyone is telling me to move, but I don't have any guarantee that this won't follow me.
Yep.
The next night, they just issued a thunderstorm warning for tonight. So maybe that's what it was.
Yep.
Everyone in the city is talking about how weird the sky looks. I can hear rolling thunder in the distance.
I'm like rolling thunder, even on a cloudy day.
It just reminds me of Sophie. What did she keep saying?
Oh, yeah. Fuck. I don't remember what the fuck she
And I don't have
saying.
my iPad over here with my notes because I know
Some
I wrote
bullshit.
that. Yeah.
Let me see. Sophie. What is it, thunder?
Yeah, thunderstorm. What is it when you're
see.
standing in the eye of the thunderstorm?
Oh, hold on.
Do you look up and think, am I being real? It's something like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Fuck.
Hold on. Can I reach my iPad?
I
from
am
here?
Sophie.
Oh, yeah, I can reach it. Is it charged, though?
Is it lyrics? Intro
No.
lyrics?
No. Because it's going to bother me if I can't find it.
I know, me too.
Oh, found it. I found it. Hold on. It says, when you're in the middle of a hurricane, you don't look up and stop and look around and realize, am I being real?
Oh, yep.
What is it about hurricanes? Like,
I don't know.
that is
Strong
it.
winds.
Yeah, and then the ARG I Am Sophie didn't explain why that was so important, but that line kept coming up. And then, remember there were key phrases. I don't even want to get into I Am Sophie and the fact that I feel like they think it's wrapped up, but we're like, it's not.
Yeah, I know. Like, y'all didn't finish this proper.
They did not. They really didn't. Back to this. Monday, August 21st, 2017. All this ghost stuff has been spooky, but this past weekend was the first time I actually felt unsafe in my home. Thread.
Wow.
On Friday night, there was supposed to be a huge thunderstorm. In the end, it passed, but the night was bizarre anyway. I fell asleep pretty early. I was incredibly tired for some reason. I had a dream that night where David was dragging me by the arm through an old abandoned warehouse. I'm not sure why I didn't fight back in the dream or how he was strong enough to pull me, but that's dream logic for you. It was a creepy dream, but I don't think much of it. When I woke up, I took a shower, and then I noticed something. I'd woken up with a huge bruise on my arm, which,
Right there.
it ain't that big.
Yeah.
It's not a big bruise, but it is on his wrist, like if someone had
Yeah.
their hand around it, so,
Yeah.
there's that. Now look, maybe I injured myself the day before, and my arm was hurting during the night, which manifested as a dream. There could be a totally logical explanation for it, so I brushed it off. I went to get coffee, which I do every weekend. When I walk to the coffee place, I always pass a food cart repair depot. It's always incredibly busy, especially on weekends. I've lived in the neighborhood for over 4 years, and the place has always been jam-packed with carts getting serviced. But today, it was completely abandoned. The whole warehouse was totally gutted and empty. I don't think I ever looked at pictures of the warehouse,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It just looks like
It does
a
look creepy.
garage. It looks like a garage, but then it also looks like that's where cars park.
Mm-hmm. It just looks creepy as shit.
Yeah, because there's no lights in there.
Yeah.
Well, almost empty. I went inside to look around, which is crazy. I would never have, but whatever. I went inside to look around because I was astonished that this place was suddenly empty after all these years. Basically, the only thing in the entire warehouse was a single green chair. Now that I'm reading this and the visuals that we've seen, I feel like green is a motif.
Yeah.
Because not even just with the 2 chairs, but his clock was also green.
Green, yeah.
And then now that I'm thinking about it, there's at least one other green thing that I noticed.
My hair?
No, besides that. If you recall, David first appeared in my green rocking chair. It could be nothing, but it's weird that it was the only thing left behind.
Yeah.
On my way back from coffee, the warehouse had been shuttered. It's remained shuttered since.
Well, there's kind of like, fucking ladders left, some cones. There's some stuff left, my friend.
Yeah, besides the chair.
Yeah.
The chair, my bruise, dreaming about an empty warehouse, and then passing by one, it gave me the creeps. Needless to say, I didn't sleep much that night. Too many strange things were happening, and more frequently. So, I don't know. Anyway, it was a strange weekend. Friday, August 25th, 2017. There have been a few small developments in my apartment, but I am not really sure what to make of them. I just know I'm scared. Thread. If you recall, my cats usually gather at the door at midnight, but lately it's been getting earlier and earlier every night. I was almost used to routine, so when they started crying at the door closer to 10 p.m., I was confused. They began a new routine, hover around the door at 10 p.m., cry for about 15 minutes, then wander off as if nothing's wrong. But this week, something else had been happening. Shortly after the usual cat stuff, around 10:30 or so, I start getting phone calls from an unmarked number.
Wow.
My entire call history for the past week looks like this. You'll notice that I answered once yesterday, and he includes a picture of, like a screenshot of, the phone calls that's called him. Yeah. Which, man, that's crazy that no one's calling you on the phone. Because even, I don't have people calling me and messaging me every day, but my mom calls me every day. So my mom's phone calls would have been in between those. Plus you message me and stuff. That would be in between there. The fact that nobody called him at all for a couple of days.
I don't think that's weird because that's what my phone looks like.
But I call you, so it shouldn't be empty.
Well, I have the one call from you and stuff like that. But other than that, my thing will look very, very scarce.
Since this has been happening for days on end, I thought it might be an automated telemarketer or something. Usually, it's an automated thing. If you answer once, they quit calling, so I picked up. I didn't say anything. I just listened, waiting for some automated message to chime in. Instead, what I heard on the other end was a peculiar electrical static sound, very similar to the static my sleep app picks up at night.
You know what I was gonna say? What, what if it's the remember how I tried to buy that art set?
Yeah.
What if that's them returning the call? We found some rainbow art sets
years ago.
Maybe that's all David really wants. Maybe all he wants is a rainbow art set.
Hey, he should have made an offering. He would have left him alone, maybe.
Yo, man. Adam, let us know. We'll
Did you make an offering?
A bootleg rainbow art set, and let us know if that appeases David.
We might be able to find the real thing if we scour all of the as seen on TV stores.
Hey, I really want a rainbow art set.
After about a minute, the static stopped and there was silence. I keep listening. I heard what I thought was breathing, but it was so faint I can't be sure. My heart was racing, so it was hard to hear. All right, Darth Vader. Then
maybe you can throw it in there.
Then, just as I was about to hang up, I heard a very small voice whisper, "Hello."
you think it was like a hello, or do you think it was like a hello?
No, I don't think it was a hi. I think it was like a little kid hello.
Hello, governor. I don't know.
Wow, are they supposed to be European? Moving on.
I've been brainwashed by society.
Something about the way they said hello freaked me out. It wasn't a question or a greeting. Just hello, a flat statement. So quiet I could barely hear it. Hello. I panicked and hung up. I didn't know what else to do. I closed all the curtains in my apartment and turned on every single light.
Same, though.
Man.
I am bringing out the salt, the sage, the cedar with the lavender. I'm bringing all the stuff out. Like, let's go.
Just a huge circle around your bed. I watched TV until dawn because I was too scared to go to sleep. I sort of feel like I'm losing my mind.
Kind of sounds like it, my friend.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like it.
If I look at each individual incident on its own, there are perfectly logical explanations for everything. Mm-hmm. But after 3 weeks of weird shit happening, I don't know how to make sense of it all. The only thing I feel like I can do right now is write everything down. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'll keep doing.
Hey, whatever makes you feel better.
Monday, August 28th, 2017. So I moved the green chair out of the bedroom weeks ago. It's been in various parts of the living room ever since. Thread. I should probably get rid of it, but I'm not sure that would have any effect.
Also, going on vacation to Japan in 3 weeks, and I keep thinking if I can make it to my trip, this will all end. As dumb as that sounds.
David lost track of me once when I moved, so maybe if he believes I've left the apartment again, he'll leave me alone. Anyway.
Fair.
Yeah. Anyway, last week I bought a pet monitoring camera so I can keep an eye on the cats while I'm overseas. It's basically a nanny cam that connects to the Wi-Fi, so you can check in whenever you want. It runs 24/7.
Side note. Those are so dangerous. You know how many hackers could get into that kind of stuff? Like, you're not the only one going to be watching 24/7, my friend. There's going to be a lot of people.
Someone else is just going to, all those people just going to be watching his cats, like, and David's ghost.
Dude, how creepy would that be if, like, you motion detected, and all of a sudden you see his little dented-ass kid looking at you like, what's up?
I don't know. Imagine a hacker messages you like, hey, I hacked this specific pet camera, and it happens to be linked to your house. These are some images that I screen grabbed. And it's like David wandering around in his house, looking at the camera, petting the cat.
Over there fucking making an omelet and shit.
Man. And you're like, I have so many questions. 1, you're just hacking random systems. 2, send me these photos. Like, it'd be a whole thing.
Like, 3, where'd he get those eggs? Because I haven't bought them in a few weeks. Like,
took them from the neighbor and walked them over. It also alerts you to the sound and movements via an app. I blocked out the company since I doubt they want to be associated with the ghosts, which makes sense.
Yeah.
In any event, I decided to test it out this weekend. I was away from home one night, so I set up the camera before I left. My phone pinged periodically throughout the evening, alerting me to the cats running around and playing, normal stuff. Then, around 11, it alerted me again that it detected motion. But when I checked the feed of my apartment, I didn't see anything. So I watched the feed again, still nothing. I watched it a third time and finally noticed something. Watch the chair. And then watching another video. The chair is rocking. Chair. It is rocking. Dang, David was like, what you move my chair for? Like, this one is the most comfortable one.
Like, I had a good spot watching you.
Man. Now I gotta chill in the living room by the door.
Until I drag it into your room.
Imagine. Like, he gets motion, and every time he looks, like, the chair is slightly moved.
I know. That'd be creepy.
And he's like, what the heck? Somebody's in my apartment moving my furniture.
But the crazy part is, like, the rocking chair is rocking, but the leaves don't seem to be moving. Like, he has some, like, leaves or some foliage, you know, protruding from his,
bookcase.
What is that? Bookcase. And the rocking chair is right next to it. So if it was a hard wind, you would see the little leaves, like,
moving around.
Moving with it. But It's just a rocking chair.
Yeah. He put, I knew it couldn't be the wind because I haven't had the windows open at all this summer. I have AC and like to keep it chilly. It was unnerving, but there wasn't anything I could do about it right then, so I flipped my phone off and tried not to panic.
I'd be panicking. My cat.
I would be showing everybody, like, look at this. Look at this. Nobody is here.
No, I call like, Mom, did you go check on my cats?
Yeah,
Like,
because I'm pretty sure he has a neighbor or somebody checking in,
Yeah.
like, whoever, like, is closest.
yeah.
About half an hour later, I got another motion alert.
Here's the feed to that alert.
Another video.
I did notice something.
What?
So go to that top video, the first one. Do you notice how the hallway or that area is not lit? But then the next one, there's like a light
Oh, yeah.
on.
Yep, you are right. See, and people are talking about the chairs. I think this is the video where the chairs in that section appear to not be in the same position. Like, I think one of them disappeared. Looks like it disappeared.
Oh no. I'm just tripping that it was dark here and now there's light.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, there could be a window. Some could have rolled by. Who knows?
Yeah.
He put, if you missed it the first time, like me, look above the shelf. There's a little turtle shell, another green object, which I didn't even think about. That's another green object
It
that
fell.
hung on the wall. Yes, I
Oh,
know
I
it's
see it
weird
up
to
there.
own a turtle shell, but my family lives in Minnesota, and I picked it up last year at a native trading post. It's a green, empty turtle shell. Since I've been back home, I've been too nervous to turn the camera back on, and today has been pretty quiet. That said, I feel really uneasy. I put the chair in the hall. I hope nothing else happens tonight. Tuesday, September 5th, 2017. It's happening again. Thread. I've been leaving the nanny cam on for 24/7. It records every time there's movement or sound, as you know. I was going over the feed from this weekend and noticed some weird stuff. During the night on Saturday, while I slept, it recorded the cats in the living room. It seemed pretty unremarkable at first. But then, after a few moments, Maxwell freaks out and jumps over something invisible. There's a video clicking on it. There's a green cup on the table. His cat jumped over, like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me play this video again, because I swear I seen something this time. Hold on.
Yeah.
The cup moved. It
green
moved.
cup.
I don't
The
remember
green
anybody
cup.
ever mentioning
Yep.
that.
Me neither. I just noticed it because when it went back, I saw the cup move, like from it rewinding. I'm like, wait, that cup wasn't there a second ago. That cup completely
And he doesn't
moved.
even
Holy
mention it.
crap.
He doesn't even mention it.
Nuh-uh. I haven't heard anyone mention it.
Says,
There it
see, I told
is.
you something about the green. Something about green was standing out. Okay. I don't think it was a bug.
Well, you know what? Green is a color of like life and vitality. And I remember from how this kind of starts going, you know.
Yeah. He put, I don't think
I
it was
know.
a bug or anything. Maxwell doesn't react like that with bugs. He just eats them. Something spooked him. Wait.
But you know what?
Oh, wait. What's more, I almost never get bugs. I've seen maybe 3 in all the years I've lived here. Anyway, the next night the camera recorded a couple more strange things. He never mentioned the cup moving. And then I don't remember any, I didn't watch all of her videos because like I told you, I realized that Loie had a whole bunch of videos and I just watched a few recently.
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody mentioning the cup. I remember she was talking about people mentioning the chairs from the other videos, how we were talking about the lighting was
Yeah.
different. But that cup
Yeah.
moved.
It did move.
Okay.
Well,
Moving on.
that happened. That's that about that. Holy
Okay.
shit.
Specifically,
But if you see at the end, the cat stares at the cup. Like the cat saw that.
yeah,
because
because it turned back. Yeah, when it jumped over the invisible whatever, and then it looked because it was. I think it was already looking at that space before the cup moved. Hold on, I gotta look at that video.
No,
one
it
more
looked at it
time.
right
I
as
gotta
it
look
starts
at the video one
moving.
more time.
Yeah, I
Hold
just
on.
watched it right now, and he looks up as it's starting to move. My thing is, this black cat is ballsy. Like he don't give a shit. Like he's staying his ground. Cups is moving. He's like, well,
You know
don't
what though?
trip, talk
He
your shit.
he also reacted when the cup moved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's hard
looked
to
up a
tell
little
because he's
bit.
just a black ball of infiniteness, but he too looked. That's crazy. Okay, I gotta see. I watched a couple of videos. I should have watched more videos because the videos I've seen, I don't remember anybody ever mentioning that.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Where was I at? Okay.
Honestly, if we didn't have it keep playing, I wouldn't have noticed either. But since it does move and it's not in the same spot as it started, that's when I noticed. I'm like, wait a minute, there's something weird.
Specifically, it recorded Maxwell doing this on and off for hours, and he's like standing up on his legs. He sat up on his hind legs and peered around the room as if looking for something or looking at something. This is odd behavior for him, and I can't come up with an explanation for it, especially because of the next video. There's another video. Here's the final video the camera recorded last night.
Oh, he swiped at something.
I was trying to see, because that cup on the table also looks green, and it's a different cup, but nothing moved that I could see. Because I'm like, was this an ARG? And were we all missing things because we're all looking at what he's telling us to look at?
But I'm looking. I don't see anything really move.
Yeah, I don't see anything happen. That could have easily been a bug or something floating around. Dang, because if not, Maxwell was trying to catch David's hands. Said, I'm tired of you kicking it in here.
Maxwell is a 3-legged cat, isn't he?
I don't know.
Because I only see 3 legs for a while. I don't see a 4th. Like on his top, like.
I don't know. We gotta go back and examine the pictures of him on the floor.
Yeah. No, like just look at him when he swipes. I don't see another paw, like another arm.
He could just be holding it to himself. I don't know. He put, I suppose there's a chance it was a fly, but I honestly never get flies, so that seems unlikely. I just can't shake the feeling that something has made its way into the apartment. It's odd behavior from Maxwell in any event. Things feel off this week. I can't explain it. Saturday, September 16th, 2017. I've been having so many nightmares lately. Thread. They're way more intense than my usual dreams, too. I don't know if it's because I'm stressed or if it's something else. This afternoon, I took a nap and I had a dream I haven't been able to shake. In the dream, I was lying in bed and rolled over to face the other direction. On the pillow next to me was a severed head with a bloody spine attached, snaking down the bed.
Wow.
The head was staring right at me, somehow still alive. It had this huge smile plastered on its face. Horrified, I screamed, "What happened to you?" The head smiled even bigger. "It feels great," the head groaned. After that, I woke up. It was dark outside by then. Everything was quiet. Other dreams have been just as strange. Things like dark figures staring in my windows, even though I live on the second floor. Stuff that makes no sense in relation to what I've been experiencing in real life. After that dream about the head, I've been feeling uneasy all night. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I decided to go for a walk, if for no other reason than to get out of my apartment. I went to a bodega a few blocks away to get a snack. On the way, I had to pass the warehouse that was boarded up a few weeks ago. It's actually on the way to everything. I pass it twice a day just to get to the subway, which doesn't make sense to me. Unless you like pass it to go get like coffee or something and then come back. It doesn't make sense for you to pass the same spot twice just to get to one destination.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I hurried past it since it freaks me out now. At the bodega, I got some Doritos and a seltzer, then made my way back home.
Ew, who gets seltzer on purpose?
You know what? People now, but at the same time, this was before the spiked seltzer craze, so he out there just drinking seltzer. That's...
Hey, I think these are people who slightly hate themselves, just slightly.
You gotta punish yourself. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you can just find somebody to just whip you randomly, but...
That's true, but it doesn't leave you as bubbly as seltzer does.
Depends on who you are. When I passed the warehouse a second time, I heard a dull thunk from the other side of the shutters. If he's afraid of this place, how would he be so close enough that he would hear that? Questions. I have the questions. Yeah. I froze in place, but there was no other sound after that. I probably should have just continued on, but curiosity got the better of me. There was a grated window next to the doors, about a foot above my head, too high to see into. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to hold my phone up to the window, take one photo, and then run for my life.
Okay. Very realistic. Yes.
I made sure my flash was on, positioned my camera lens through one of the grates, and snapped a photo. I almost thought I saw movement when the flash went off, but I couldn't be certain. The light bounced off the grates and was pretty blinding. I couldn't even look at the photo. I just ran all the way home. I was too jumpy to look at it for a while. I just ate my Doritos nervously.
Yeah, he totally could have just caught a murder happen. Like,
imagine he's just sitting there with the evidence and not looking at it.
Yeah.
When I finally did look at the photo, here's what I saw. It seemed to be a different part of the warehouse, maybe an office. There's a bunch of old insulation that looked like a filing cabinet and ripped up leather desk chair.
That looks just like a cabinet, like a nightstand.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does, and it's just like...
And there's like a door right here.
Junk.
Yeah.
Nothing too interesting.
Yeah, I don't see anything really.
Then I noticed something else. In the upper right corner, something looked like a face. Let me click back.
Yeah, I see what he's talking about, but it looks like a smudge.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
Smudge.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of looks like... I can see where he's going with it. Like, I can see, like, the eyes and stuff like that, but, like...
And the head is misshapen.
Yeah. But it looks... Hold on, let me share this with you. So, like, this is what I see. It's, like, right here, right?
Yep, that's what I see.
So, like, I see, like, the dent, like, right here. I see the face like this, and like sunken eyes.
Yep,
like,
that's
right
the eyes.
here.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, and then this, I can't see if this is like the jaw or something.
Yeah, the rest of the face.
I don't know. The way I see it is either a skull facing forward or a skull facing sideways, but it's smudge. It's kind of hard to tell, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. The way I see it, it's the skull facing the camera.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that
but
is.
Like I said,
That's what.
It's a smudge.
Yeah. It could have been dust. It could have been something.
Yeah.
The more I stared at it, the more it started to look like a nondescript blur. Now I can't even be sure what I'm seeing. Maybe I'm too deep in this and my brain wants to see David when he's not there. That is valid.
Yeah.
Super valid.
Yeah, definitely.
But here, I messed with the filters on my phone a bit to tell me this doesn't look like him. And we don't
even know what he looks like.
From his drawing.
Oh, yeah.
Friday, September 22nd, 2017. The past few days have been fairly quiet. I haven't been spending much time at home. I leave for Japan in a couple of hours. I've been trying to avoid anything weird before my trip. I still feel like this all might stop if I just leave for a couple of weeks. Whatever happens, I want to thank everyone for their kind thoughts and concerns. This whole ordeal has been stressful, and it means a lot. It makes me feel like I'm not going through this alone. See you in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Red heart
emoji. Friday, September 29, 2017. I bought a votive tablet at the shrine I'm at in Japan. Please protect my cats while I'm away from home. Cute. Tuesday, October 3rd, 2017. It's my last full day in Japan. Thread. The past couple of weeks have been pretty peaceful. I have people taking care of the cats, and they say they've been doing fine. This morning, I went for a long walk around Sapporo. Never really...
Like the beer.
I never really plan my vacations. I like to wander a lot and see what I find. I came across this statue in a park. I couldn't find out any real information about it online, but it was weird and pretty. And there's a picture of the statue. I was taking pictures of it from different angles since it's cylindrical. I moved around one side and almost dropped my phone at what I saw. It felt too similar to be coincidence. I felt dizzy staring up at it.
There it is.
This kid with a dented head. Side note, for me, like, going into this story, apparently, I haven't seen any pictures of this site of this statue, but supposedly people who live here in Japan say that statue does not have a dented head child in it. I would love if someone would post a picture of, this same spot so we can see what it actually looks like. But in the picture that Adam posts, it's a woman holding two babies, and one of the babies' head is dented like David's.
Yeah. Because I'm looking.
He said, it was a Sapporo.
Japan, right?
He said, I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe this is nothing. It doesn't feel like nothing. Anyway, I have to pack for my flight home in the morning. It'll be good to see the cats again, at least. Thursday, October 5th, 2017. I made it home safely. The cats are fine, if a little more talkative than usual. Hey, they got to tell you what's been going on when you were gone. I don't know. Yeah. I think everybody's animal is different. Like, my baby, my child, my son Caligula, he talks to me. We be having full conversations when I come home. I'd be like, and then what happened? How was your day? And he talks to me. So, especially when I've been gone, we having full conversations. Saturday, October 14, 2017. Weird things have been happening with the electricity in my apartment this week. Thread. First, 2 light bulbs have burned out in the hallway in less than a week. At this point, I've just left it alone, rather than getting a ladder again. But the strangest thing has to do with the backlight on my TV. It's an LED strip that plugs into the TV itself via USB. The TV has to be on for the backlight to be on. But last night the backlight was flickering on and off by itself. I noticed it just sometime before dawn when I woke up and went to the kitchen to get some water. I'd barely gotten back into bed again when I saw a faint light come on in the living room. After a few seconds, it went dark again. I went back into the living room and stood there watching the backlight go on and off for at least a few minutes. It was bizarre. Eventually, it stopped, and now the backlight doesn't work at all. It's only a couple months old, so I shouldn't be dead already. Anyway, I couldn't get back to sleep, so I went to the diner near my apartment. It was the only thing open at 4 a.m. I had eggs over easy with ham. It was too much ham, but the eggs were pretty good. When I got back home, the sun was starting to come up, so I figured I might as well shower and go into work early. I showered and brushed my teeth, then headed into the bedroom to get dressed. As I passed the front door, I thought I heard a faint scratching sound from the other side. It was so soft, I wasn't sure it had really happened. I went over the door. Is this supposed to be over to the door? But I was too scared to look through the peephole. I couldn't bring myself to actually put my face that close to the sound, so opted to take a photo through the peephole instead. Since there was skylight just outside my door, the hall was awash in faint yellow-green light. I snapped a couple photos. At first, the pictures didn't seem like anything, just blurry nothingness. But as I analyzed it, I started noticing things. Part of a face, an ear, an eye staring right back at me. And now I look at the photo and look for this face.
Me too.
And I see nothing. Oh, okay. Maybe I see the ear, and maybe I see the eye, but I don't know. That's supposed to be David's. I know in my head I was like, that's supposed to be David's forehead, or it looks like a monkey that's like, ah.
So yeah. So like, here's the ear.
Yes.
Like I see the ear right here, right? And then hear the eyes and the mouth, like
a stuffed animal. It's a stuffed animal monkey or something.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I see. But other than that, I'm all like,
okay, so we're on the same page with what we're seeing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, what's happening? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a sock monkey.
Okay. He put, I think maybe it's time to get someone else involved. It's obvious this isn't going to stop until I do something. I'm just not sure what it is yet. I'll let you all know when I figure it out. For those that can't make it out And so there's a video, I guess, them explaining the face. Oh, the drawing.
Oh, that is
no,
definitely
that's 100% not what we saw. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's supposed to be like David's forehead? Like, was David trying to look in the peephole too at the same time he was trying to look in the peephole?
Maybe.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, we saw different things on that smudge. Like, I can see where this is going, but I also still see the monkey.
Yeah. October 26, 2017. Sorry for the radio silence the past couple of weeks thread. First, I had a friend come over and do some cleansing stuff. She did the whole apartment and the hallway. A lot of self-proclaimed professional mediums have reached out, plus a dozen ghost hunter TV shows. This is where one of the videos somebody that I watched, this is where they got off the train, because they were like, okay, like, this ghost hunting has gotten that big that TV shows are offering to come to your house and you
decline,
turn them down. Yeah. Because, like, even if you don't want to be, like, you know, famous or whatever,
just get rid of it.
Yeah, but it still would have been having, like, some professionals come to check it out, you know, but whatever. I've decided I declined them all because I don't really want strangers in my house sensationalizing what's going on. But it's like you're
already doing it. Yeah.
Because I heard his Twitter followers shot up during the time of
Dear David. Yeah.
So instead, I had a friend come over and cleanse the place, and for about a week or so, it seemed like it worked. Things appeared to go back to normal. The cats weren't gathering at the door anymore. I stopped having dreams.
I don't know.
I wonder what else
I wonder what other stuff this friend did. Because, like, okay, you did, like, a cleansing and stuff like that, but, like, was this throughout a week? Was this around 2 weeks? What kind of stuff did you have him do? Because obviously it's attached to him. There's some stuff that he needs to do on his end to get rid of the attachment, too. So it's just like, I have questions. Because
especially I feel like he's saying it's more focused on the apartment, but then I'm like, if you're out here seeing things in the real world, then it's not the apartment, it's you.
It's you.
Especially if that statue
made you almost drop your phone.
Don't have a misshapen kid on it. That was for you. It was starting to seem like it was over. See, those double words.
It's not his fault. I do that shit all the time.
No, but I'm like, I wonder if anybody has gone through, because I'm like, what were the words?
Yeah.
That have doubled? What if there's a message? ARG time? Was there a message there?
Oh, we need to do this later.
It was starting to seem like it was over. Then, one morning last week, I was walking to work and passed the shuttered warehouse as usual. This time, all the metal doors were wide open, sunlight pouring in. The warehouse was still mostly empty except for one thing. There was a hearse parked near the back wall. And he includes a picture of this hearse. The warehouse has been closed for over 2 months. I have no idea why it was open that day. Nobody was around.
Well, obviously to park the hearse.
It was weird, but I try not to think about it. It's not at all strange to see a hearse, I guess. Like, they have to park somewhere. When we were in high school, somebody was driving one.
Yeah, I remember.
It was parked in the parking lot. I tried to put it out of my mind, and the next several days were uneventful. But something else happened last night. It was around 11 or so, and I was watching TV on the couch. I went into the living room to get a drink from the fridge, and I noticed both cats sitting by the far window staring up at it. The window looks out onto the roof of the business next door. I glanced out the window but didn't see anything. I figured that maybe there was a mouse in the wall or something. I shrugged and grabbed a beer from the fridge. As I went to the kitchen to get the bottle opener, I noticed something.
Tune in next week to find out what he noticed.
Okay. Imagine if we cut it off right here.
I know.
There's a window in the kitchen which looks out onto the same roof, and someone was standing on the roof staring at me. I immediately dug down. I reached up and flicked off the light switch. I peered over the windowsill but couldn't see much.
I don't know what exactly that does. Like, you guys obviously just made eye contact. What is you ducking? Like, they know you're there.
Like, it was like, oop.
Like, what does that do?
But you know what though? When scary stuff is happening, you're not even thinking. You're just like, "Oh my gosh, let me get out of here."
Yeah, no, that's true, definitely. But
He
like,
said nobody's supposed to be on this roof looking at me. In the middle of the night while he's trying to open his beer.
while he's trying to open this beer.
That's what he said. He was going to get the bottle opener, which is crazy. Why wasn't the bottle opener near your fridge where your beer was? I don't know.
You know, everyone's lives are different, okay, Kim?
I have too many questions. Too many. Where am I? Oh, my phone was in my pocket, so I grabbed it and took a photo. It was blurry and dark, but I swear someone was out there.
I would never be able to do it. So, like, I still remember that one time when I tried to get that picture from the,
I don't see anything.
I used to work
in this photo?
in retail, and one time we got robbed, and my dumb ass ran after them. Which is, please don't ever do it, you guys. And I remember I ran out there and I tried to take a picture of it. I could not take a picture of the license plate or anything. Like, I'm just like, I'm not the one. You want someone, quick, take a picture. I'm not the one. I'm getting too nervous. My hands are sweating. Like, my face isn't even my phone's not even recognizing my face because I'm all contorted from fear.
Who is this?
Yeah.
Who are you?
So it's like, I am not the one. Like, this dude said, I felt my phone, I grabbed it out and took a picture. Like, that's not me. My phone has probably hit the floor 5 times before I picked it up to even get the camera open.
Panic. I tried to take a better photo, but the figure had disappeared. I didn't see a figure in the first picture. Let us know if you do.
Please.
I closed all the blinds and made sure the window was locked, then drank like 5 more beers until I was too drunk to be scared. I'm like, how many did he drink altogether? Like, I don't know. I don't be drinking beer, so ignore me. I don't know what 5 beers does. But now
sounds like a little bitch to me. No, I'm kidding. 5
but
beers.
Now,
I need to know what kind of beer it is. I need to know what the alcohol percentage is. Okay.
It's low. It's low. You drinking some of that seltzer beer? Seltzer water.
You are not turned off no seltzer water.
What are they? What's the brand?
There's a few now, but there's that big one, the White Claw.
Yeah, White Claw.
All the frat boys like.
Claws.
Yeah.
But now, I feel like I'm back at square one. I'm sure it was him. He's not going away. I don't know what to do.
You know what I just realized?
2017.
Oh, sorry. On his windowsill, is he growing a plant?
Yeah. There's some, like, 2 little plants look like right there.
Yeah, like some soil in a cup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some plant life. Does that continue with the green motif here?
Hey. Gotta keep going.
Where am I? Okay, November 6, 2017. It's been about 4 months since the first time I dreamed of David. Thread. So all this has been happening over 4 months that we've been reading so far.
I can tell it. We've been talking for about 2 hours. Almost 3.
Well, the first hour we weren't talking about this at all. So
nah.
We've been doing this for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'm like, are we almost done?
No. This is gonna have to be a 2-parter. Maybe depending on where it goes.
I'm like scrolling to see how far it goes. Because it looks like we're at the end, but oh no, yeah, this is gonna have to be another part. Where am I?
You're on November 6, 2017.
Wait, did I go too far back then? Oh yeah, I did go too far back when I was scrolling back up. Hold on, let me get.
It's been 4 months since I first. It's been about 4 months since the first time I dreamt of David. Thread.
This might I'm scrolling back to it.
Oh yeah, this might be long, but stick with me. Last night I dreamt about him again. It's almost exactly the same as the first time I saw him. In the dream, I saw him in a chair again. I don't have the green chair in my room anymore. This time it was a recliner I've had for years.
Oh yeah, I found it.
Okay.
Should we stop here at the 4 months?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Let me write the date down because I'll forget. What date is this? It is
November 6th.
November 6th, 2017. I didn't think it was gonna be this long. I thought we was gonna read through, but we have a lot of thoughts.
We do have a lot of thoughts, and then we found that cup.
Yeah, that I'm telling you, green. I'm gonna look it up next week when we continue, Dear David. Which that means I have to redo the whole little timeline here because I thought this was gonna be one episode. Green. I'm gonna start watching probably tomorrow while I'm like cutting these little Among Us people. Green motif in Dear David. Mm-hmm. Well, I've still been looking for new Oracle cards. I saw somebody's Instagram Reels, which are just TikTok. I was on there, and I saw somebody with these. I like the artwork on the cards, and so I'm thinking like, oh, do they sell these? And they have a website, and I go to the website, and they're not selling anything on the website.
Oh wow!
So I'm like, where can I get these cards? But I guess those cards aren't for me. I will eventually find some cards. Maybe when we go to the museum, they might have some more cards. Because when I went, they just had tarot cards. Mm-hmm. They didn't have any Oracle cards when I went.
Do you know what the Oracle cards were, the ones that you liked?
No. I was trying to find info on them, but I didn't find nothing.
Well, if you find a picture of it, send it to me. Maybe I can ask like my witchcraft groups.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. If I find it again, I'll send it to you. Mm-hmm. While I try to struggle shuffle these cards, do you have any jam of the week this week?
Actually, I did have a jam of the week. It's called Bang Bang Bang, I think, by the Soho Dolls. It's
never heard of them.
Good. I've actually been jamming to it. I don't know. I love me some a good band of women. Oh no, the slut chat is calling me.
All right. I didn't have a jam of the week this week. I just listened to the same stuff.
Teacher says that I've been naughty. I must learn to concentrate. But the girls, they pull my hair, and with the boys I can't relate. Daddy says I'm good for nothing. Mama says that it's from him. Manic sister thinks I'm cracking. Brother says it's in my genes. Don't you want to? Don't you want to? Don't you want to? Bang, bang, bang,
Interesting.
bang, bang.
Yeah. I've been enjoying. Been having a good time.
All right, well, this week's card is number 39, Uncertainty.
Oh.
Choose who you will become. Good advice from an unexpected quarter. If you try, practice, and are willing to make mistakes along the way, you will become far more powerful and reach the place you are longing to be.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very simple. I don't think that we've had this one yet.
I've never heard that one. But I feel like that's perfect for how it is right now, because I know the way things are going come in November. I am very uncertain. I am nervous. I'm trying to see what's going to happen.
We all are. There's going to be, we've been talking about it at work, there's going to be a riot either way. So hopefully they don't trash my job again, because it was a whole process cleaning it up.
Definitely.
But I don't know. That's that about that for part 1 of Dear David.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please feel free to follow along with us while we are talking about this story.
Tell us some things that you've noticed, because like we both, read this forever ago, but now rereading it, we're picking up on stuff we didn't notice before. And I remember when I read it, I didn't talk to anybody about it.
Yeah.
And so it's helpful and interesting, going through this thread and bouncing
ideas around. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely message us and talk to us about this. Read ahead if you want to. Read with us if you want to.
Yeah. Send us emails if you want, telling us what you saw, things that you think are going to happen. Was this the real life, or was it fantasy? Caught in a landslide. I don't know. Just let us know, because like I said, I was on the bus. But then I had to get off the bus. I was just I'll still follow along, because it's interesting, it's a story. Why the hell not are you going to be interested? But at the same time, you really want me to believe this 100%? I had some questions. So
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the part where I got off the bus yet.
yeah.
Like, at this point, I was still on the bus, and I didn't even see the glass move.
Yeah, I didn't either. I never noticed that glass move before. So
I would have really been on the bus, like,
y'all saw that shit?
and nobody's talking about it.
I know. Goddamn. But yeah. Please join us again next week. This is Hyra.
And Kim,
And don't you ever forget, you're the bee's knees.
item 9.
We'll see you next week. Toodles.
Bye. All right, well.
I don't even know how to start these anymore. I'm just like, I'm just going to eat my cake.